Football is back in Knoxville, Tennessee, and a rainy Saturday afternoon not keeping these fans away from Neyland Stadium. 5th season doing the ball walk for Josh Heupel, taking this program to new heights. Joey Aguilar makes his first start at Neyland Stadium, and a special day for the young quarterback. You are watching the SEC on ESPN, the 21st consecutive sellout. It's Tennessee and ETSU in an in-state showdown for week 2 of college football. Hi again, everybody. Matt Schumacher, the former Ohio State captain, Dustin Fox. Glad to have you with us here in the booth in Neyland Stadium. This is the youngest team, Foxy, in the Heupel era, and yet they've got a 24-year-old at quarterback who seems to be the calming presence for this high-powered offense. Well,
I think that's the key. You lose a quarterback last year in Nico, of course, and a bunch of receivers. Obviously, the offense, to take those steps forward, you need to have a veteran quarterback. This guy has played 6 years of college football, and what he did last week was unbelievable. Just comes out against Syracuse, throws for nearly 250, throws 3 touchdown passes, and by the way, no interceptions. Took care of the football. And the thing I love about the way he runs this offense, he takes shots down the field, which shows me and everybody else that Josh Heupel feels very comfortable where this young man is headed with his offense.
Well, Joey Aguilar makes his first start at Neyland Stadium. A special day for the young man, and for more on him, the third member of our team, Stephanie Otey.
That's right, a very special day for Joey Aguilar. A venue like Neyland Stadium and being the starting quarterback. I talked to him about that honor. He's got 25 strong from California with his parents in the stands to root for him. All very exciting, but he told me part of the job is managing those expectations and the excitement, the emotions. But he's part of that fraternity of very honorable quarterbacks at Tennessee, like Peyton Manning, who reached out to him after his winning debut against Syracuse to congratulate him. He said it was pretty awesome to hear from the sheriff himself.
I'd say so. Are you kidding me? Get a call from Peyton?
This will be the biggest crowd that Joey Aguilar has ever played in front of. 100,000+ on hand from Rocky Top. Here we go. Peyton Lewis will return it for Tennessee from just inside his own end zone. And he is taken down inside his own 20. And so Neyland Stadium will get to see Joey Aguilar start with the football for this Tennessee offense that was simply electric last week. And of course, his 3 touchdowns, no turnovers, a big part of that.
You put up 45 points in week 1 at a neutral site against a P5 opponent from the ACC. I'd say you take that all day for Josh Heupel and company.
Of course, Joey Aguilar faced this ETSU team last year while he was at App State. Big win for Appalachian State in that game.
Little different crowd size for this one.
Just a bit. Goes to Deshaun Bishop. Big run on first down. Bishop out across the 40. Still going. Bishop taken down inside plus territory. $52 yards on the opening play in Rocky Top.
And no time for a replay, partner, because they're going to get to the line of scrimmage and run as fast as possible. We know this offense tries to get a playoff every 22 seconds.
Aguilar's first pass is complete to Mike Matthews. Stiff arm out across the 20 and 2 chunk plays for the Vols.
Well, you can go back and take a look at this run play as, blocked well up front, but then just the physicality of Bishop down the field, the balance to stay inside.
Aguilar, quick throw out to Braylon Staley. Has blockers. Staley, clear path to the end zone. But a flag is down behind the play.
Yeah, they're going to get a hole on the outside on Ethan Davis, and that's not going to make the fans here too happy.
Holding, offense number 0. Repeat first down.
Davis on the outside, just trying to free up Staley. And that will move this offense backwards for the first time today. 493 yards of offense last week for Josh Heupel's Tennessee Volunteers. And it was balanced, 50-50 split, pass, run. And Dustin, they looked really good last week against Syracuse.
Oh, there's no doubt. They looked terrific against that defense. And
13-51.
we'll add some time.
Which Tennessee does not need anymore.
No, they've got plenty of time.
Thank you.
You know, you said it, Matt, they want to be 50-50. They really do want to run the football.
Yep.
And it's crazy to think that a team that, you know, wants to go up tempo, as much as they do that and they want to be explosive, they definitely do want to start with the ground attack.
Here it is again. Bishop, this time corralled by a plethora of tacklers. Teddy Wilson from the will linebacker position in there first. Now, this is an ETSU team. Don't let the FCS tag fool you. 19 FBS transfers on the two deep for the Buccaneers from just down the road in Johnson City, Tennessee. And Will Healy has plenty of experience, Dustin, coaching in FBS games. 2nd and 12. Aguilar out to Bishop, and a monstrous hit by William Wells, a UCF transfer in the secondary.
You know, the one thing that may jump out to some folks and say, well, you know, you're playing ETSU, they're not used to playing against this tempo. How will they adjust? Well, guess what? They actually run tempo themselves on offense, so that should help their defense be prepared for a game like this.
Well, that was maybe a surprise snap. Aguilar with all day to throw and has an open man in the end zone. Touchdown, Chris Brazel.
Well, that's the way you want to start if you're Tennessee. You're playing an FCS opponent, it's the home opener. You go right down the field in under 2 minutes.
Max Gilbert makes it 7-zip. Dustin, that came on 3rd and 12. Something we saw Tennessee do a lot of last week against Syracuse.
Yeah, no doubt. And I just don't know how Brazel got so open. And it seemed like a kind of a weird snap there, too. He just gets behind 2 defenders. You know, Joey Aguilar's looking down the middle of the field, and then all of a sudden late just looks off to his right and says, oh, 17's wide open there in the checkers. That's an efficient drive. 6 plays, 82 yards in under 2 minutes. Now we'll find out if the Buccaneers can respond, Matt. They run tempo themselves. That'll be the question I have is, do they decide to stick with their tempo, or in a game like this, in terms of just playing up a level of competition, do you decide to maybe slow things down a little bit? Because the last thing you want to do if you're the Buccaneers is go 3 and out in about 30 seconds of game time.
Not with how quick Tennessee gets down the field, despite their lost production from a year ago, which you talked about at the wide receiver position. Chris Brazel, their lead returning wide receiver. It's the youngest room in the Heupel era. And now we will see ETSU's tempo offense. How tempo will this team go after scoring 45 points last week against Murray State? And a familiar name manning the controls for ETSU, Cade McNamara. Yes, the young man who began his career at Michigan and was later at Iowa, transferring in, Dustin, this year for his final year of eligibility.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to think about. I mean, this guy is you know, someone who's played in some big-time college football games. Played at the University of Michigan. I know him very well, being a former Buckeye and watching those games, and did a nice job for the Wolverines.
As Devontae Houston, the SoCon Player of the Week in the backfield. Fake it to Houston. And now looking for him on a wheel route, and he was not ready for that pass.
Boy, he was wide open, and the ball just needs to be put a little bit behind and maybe take a little bit off if you're Cade McNamara, but Devontae Houston was open. He had man coverage down the field from Tennessee.
That was Joshua Josephs unblocked, which is a problem for a projected top 50 pick in this year's NFL draft.
Well, now here you go, 3rd and 10 immediately, and about 17 seconds of clock has run off.
McNamara, deep shot, 3rd and 10, it's caught, middle of the field. Ephraim Floyd is just tripped up inside enemy territory. Monster gain on 3rd and 10 to extend the drive.
Jalen McMurray, the star, the cornerback's going to be matched up right down the seam, and that's just a great ball. A well-thrown football by McNamara on the outside to Floyd, and that's a
formation offense. I'm ready to run. You might have a shoulder foot now. Penalty, previous spot. Down.
Boy, I did not see the flag on the field.
Came in late at the 20-yard line for an illegal formation, and boy, is that a gut punch for Will Healy, who dialed up an explosive 40-yard play on 3rd and 10.
And it was hard to hear the official on the microphone say, who was covering who up. Yeah.
3rd and 15. On the draw, and Houston is taken down in the backfield. Bryson Eason at the point of attack, in Tennessee will force a punt for ETSU.
Well, that's a big break for Tennessee, because that illegal formation negated that huge gain into plus territory for the Buccaneers. And now they're forced to punt the football away.
Nate Brackett on the edge of his own goal line with the dangerous all-freshman team return man back deep, Boo Carter. And a flag comes in. Carter with all day to track this football. And we'll see what the flag is down by the original line of scrimmage.
Formation, kicking. The 5-yard penalty will be forced from the end of the return. It's 1st down.
So 2 illegal formations for ETSU, one of them negating a 40-yard gain. Tennessee ball up 7 when we come back.
Well, last time the Volunteers had the football, it was quick. 1 and 52 seconds. They go right down the field. A huge breakout run by Deshaun Bishop. And they find Mike Matthews on the outside. There's a little physicality, get off me. And then on 3rd and 12, Aguilar finds a wide open Chris Brazel II for the touchdown. 7-0 Volunteers early in this one.
This is a team that has relied on running the football in recent years. 4 straight seasons with 2,500 yards rushing. Here's Peyton Lewis as part of a deep running back room. Lewis, Thomas, who we've not seen yet, and Bishop. They feel like they are SEC ready, Dustin, at that position.
Oh, they are. I mean, they've got really 3 backs. They got a young freshman there as well that can rotate him. May have seen him as well today.
Here's Staley with a 1st down. Of course, this Tennessee team replacing the SEC Offensive Player of the Year and program record-breaking rusher Dylan Sampson. Now with the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, he'll be making his debut for the Brownies this weekend.
Aguilar, play action wide open over the middle, is caught by Miles Kitzelman. And another stick-moving drive here for Tennessee. Lewis. Dustin, if you're ETSU, great field position for Tennessee on both starting drives, and they have not been stopped yet.
No, they just keep moving the chains. It seemed like ETSU was going to get a stop on the last drive in the red zone. And then that 3rd and 12, just a busted coverage in the back end by the Buccaneers.
Aguilar, end zone shot in and out of the hands of his intended wide receiver, Braylon Staley.
Boy,
3rd and 6.
That football was there. You know, I think Staley may have been feeling a little heat coming from the safety across the middle.
Vols were 5 for 5 on red zone trips last week against Syracuse. 3rd and 6 here, and a big one for this ETU defense. Under 10 on the play clock. And Lewis is wrapped up. Big time defensive play by Javon Oggs, the JUCO transfer, starting at the nickel position.
Now, this is a great call by defensive coordinator Chad Staggs of ETSU. They dial up the pressure. It's double A-gap pressure up the middle, and it was the perfect play design to stop that RPO. So a field goal attempt here by the Volunteers.
Max Gilbert on for this 29-yarder to make it 10-zip. Hold is good. Gilbert puts it right down the middle. He's 2 for 2 on field goal attempts this season, and a 10-0 lead for Tennessee, but perhaps a win for the ETSU defense. It's the home opener here in Rocky Top. 10-0 Tennessee. The fans still filing in for the 21st consecutive sellout at Neyland Stadium. 3 more games coming up in the Southeastern Conference. Boy, South Carolina, after knocking off a top 25 Virginia Tech team, feeling like they could be a college football playoff contender. LSU similarly taking down Clemson last week. Alabama, Dustin, looking for a bounce back after a pedestrian performance in the loss to Florida State.
Oh man, I would not want to be living down in Alabama right now.
But these Tennessee fans liked it.
Oh, of course they loved it. They absolutely loved it.
Josh Turbyville on to boot it away. Devontae Houston back inside his own 5-yard line, hoping for a return. And he will not. Cade McNamara coming out for his 2nd series. And Dustin, you talked about it. A Power 4 starter at not 1 but 2 Big Ten schools, which included a Big Ten championship in 2021.
Yeah, and he was really efficient for the Wolverines. You know, threw 21 touchdowns, just 7 interceptions in that season. And I mean, it's a guy that was a 2-time Nevada Gatorade Player of the Year in high school. You know, so it's a big-time recruit coming out of the state of Nevada. And of course goes on to play at Iowa. Didn't quite work out well there for him, and really for any quarterback lately at Iowa, frankly.
Flag is down in the backfield. Houston was swarmed by a plethora of orange jerseys. We'll see what the call is here from Ken Williamson.
Personal foul, chop block, 74 and 67, a high-low combination. The penalty is declined. It's 2nd down.
The penalties have been a real issue early in this game, Dustin. The biggest one negating a 40-yard connection on 3rd down, the first drive for ETSU.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you were to come in here and try to, you know, shock the world and pull the upset, or at least keep it close, you cannot be shooting yourselves in the foot, especially this early in the ball game.
McNamara with time, checks it down to Houston, and a nice open field tackle by Arion Carter, the leading tackler from last year's top 10 Vols defense.
Boy, Arion Carter, you know, that's a little thing right there. He makes it a nice open field tackle, but just to see his ability to plant the foot in the ground and come up and make that stop. Now they're going to just match him up on the outside. Like, this guy's just such an athlete.
McNamara looking that way, and a back shoulder catch is negated on an excellent defensive play by the Colorado transfer Colton Hood.
Well, Colton Hood continues to impress this Tennessee staff, and impresses me as well. I mean, this guy's had to step into the starting role in week 1 against Syracuse, and that's nearly a fantastic catch on the outside by Page, but Colton Hood is right there. And another 3-and-out.
Reigning co-defensive player of the week, Colton Hood. For its secondary that's down, Ricky Gibson the third, and of course the preseason All-American Jermod McCoy. Play clock winding down here, and they are not going to get the kick away.
Snap, delay of game, 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
Well, the special teams unit and the offense not helping out its defense, Dustin. And remember, ETSU was nearly a play away from 2 stops on the opening 2 drives for Tennessee.
I mean, this potentially could be a 7-6 game where ETSU would be winning because, in the red zone, first time was 3rd and 12. The second time they hold to the field goal, and then the penalty obviously negates a long throw and catch.
Luke Carter off the hop. Cutting it back upfield. Carter with room. Carter shaking free. Oh, and he's tripped up by the punter, Nate Brackett. The last man standing between Carter and the end zone.
Boy, it's a tremendous effort by Nate Brackett because this was going to be 6 for the Volunteers. A tremendous job blocking on the outside, and you see Brackett just comes in there and just gets a shoelace to get him on the ground. It's like he's made a couple tackles in his career. Doesn't look like the average punter for ETSU.
Now, Luke Carter figures to be one of the most dangerous return men in the country this year. That one went for 33 yards. Best starting field position of the day for Tennessee. Aguilar, long throw to Brazel. And a pickup of 7 or 8 on first down. This is just such a smooth operation here for the Vols.
Everything they do is just running effortlessly, right there on the outside. An easy throwing catch to Brazel. And Joey Aguilar has been in the system for a short period of time, making things look easy.
He'll start Thomas. Duke transfer, cuts it upfield inside the 5, and it's 1st and goal, Tennessee.
Well, you said it, Matt. They've got a plethora of riches at their running back position, and then here you see Star Thomas. This guy led Duke a season ago, now is basically the 2nd running back for the Volunteers.
Second and goal for Joey Aguilar. Trying to make it a 3-score game. Back to Thomas, marching into the end zone for a touchdown. Another efficient drive for this Tennessee offense, and particularly the ground game. We've seen all 3 primary running backs get significant touches, and it's 17-zip Vols.
Well, pretty much an ideal start for the Volunteers. You'd, I guess, rather have 3 touchdowns, but nonetheless, you've got 2 touchdowns on the board and a field goal, and we're just 8 minutes into the ball game. So
Stephanie Ote on the sideline.
And I talked to Star Thomas earlier this week, and he told me about this running back committee, how much chemistry they have, especially when they're all sharing the ball. They all rely on each other. They're always asking, what happened there? What happened here to improve? But also looking at that offensive line. The first person to greet them and cheer for them was David Sanders Jr. He told me how bummed he was to miss the Neyland home opener, but he was the first one to congratulate the team when they came off.
Thank you very much, Stephanie. This Tennessee team, Dustin, in orderly fashion, 79 yards passing, 78 yards rushing. A balanced attack as we saw last week against Syracuse. I didn't hear you say. So we saw Cade McNamara the first 2 drives for ETSU, and like we saw last week against Murray State, we figured the next 2 drives will be Jacoby Criswell, who was the starter last year for North Carolina after the injury to Max Johnson week 1. And with Mac Brown leaving UNC, Jacoby Criswell entered his name in the portal. Like Cade McNamara, had Power 4 interest, but felt at home in East Tennessee. And another pre-snap penalty on the ETSU offense.
Ball start. Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty. It remains first down.
This team has more penalty yards than offensive yards so far in the first quarter.
Well, you're going into an environment like this, and you know you're a huge underdog. And it's hard enough starting 1st and 10, Matt, let alone 1st and 15.
They have been behind the chains early and often so far in this game, trailing by 17. To Eichelberger. And the Division II transfer stacked up for no gain. And it is tough sledding against this defense, which returns so much of its core talent from last year's defense, which was top 10 in the country. Criswell looking for a back shoulder pass, some contact there. Ty Redmond on the coverage.
They're taking their shots and trying to make some plays on the outside. They've been so close, Matt, on some of these fade stops, back shoulder throws. McNamara has missed just a couple of them, and now Criswell, that one was right there.
Underneath, has his man short of the sticks, Kareem Page. Was the lone Bucks receiver to start all 12 games last year. The offense wants to stay on the field.
Well, if you didn't have the false start, you'd have a first down. That's a 11-yard pickup right there.
How surprised are you, if at all, to see Will Healy punting here?
No, I think you have to. You can't give the ball back to the Volunteers at their own or inside plus territory at the 32-yard line.
The last punt to Brew Carter went 33 yards, nearly a house call. He is back deep to receive. And he will return it, making one man miss. 2, now 3, and a flag comes in, and perhaps a penalty on Tennessee.
Yeah, you're getting a flag right there. Kellen Lindstrom, 55, was the one on special teams they're going to get for the block in the back. Excuse me, Brendan Ains, 55. Double 55s on this team.
Well, there's 2 flags down. That's perhaps what this conversation is about.
Holding during return, number 12, the receiving team, that penalty will be declined. Also during return, holding, return team number 55. That penalty will be enforced 10 yards in spot of the foul. First down.
Tennessee up 17-zip. You're watching the SEC
Correction,
on
the foul was for a block in
ESPN.
the back.
Well, another great start for Joey Aguilar, 6 for 8, 78 yards and a touchdown. He now has 4 TDs and no interceptions, and What Joey Halsley's been able to do, Dustin, starting 4 different quarterbacks over the last 4 years. Only Kentucky has done that during this stretch. As far as SEC teams are concerned, really impressive the way that this Tennessee machine just keeps rolling.
Yeah, it is. It's something special. I mean, listen, you've been here 5 years now, Josh Heupel. They've installed their culture, their brand, and the way they play football. It certainly is paying off.
And Aguilar has a man wide open. It's Brazel out near midfield and a pickup of 26.
Just a simple little RPO all day to throw. I mean, this is a little corner around the outside, pitch and catch.
Underneath, this one stacked up on the pass to Ethan Davis. You know, it's interesting. You talk about Aguilar having all day to throw. He certainly has had that. He had it last week against a very good Syracuse defense. No sacks, despite this offensive line replacing 4 starters from a year ago.
Yeah, I asked Coach Heupel about that yesterday. He said they just really like the young guys they have. Another completion on the outside to Brazel. I mean, Matt, they haven't even got David Sanders Jr. in the lineup yet.
He is out again
recruit,
today,
yeah.
That right tackle. So not only replacing 4 starters, but mixing guys around due to injury.
Yeah, Wendell Moe is moving to right guard for this game.
Aguilar had a wide open Deshaun Bishop on the near sideline. Brings up 2nd and 10. Tennessee with 195 yards of total offense to ETSU's 4. They're by 17 with 4.5 left in the first quarter. Pressure. Aguilar picks it up and dumps it down to Kitzelman. So David Sanders, the 5-star right tackle, missing back-to-back weeks. Moving Jesse Perry from right guard over to right tackle and mixing in Wendell Moe, as you talked about. He's in and out of the hands of Kitzelman. Brings up 3rd and 5.
And there's a look at David Sanders Jr. on the sidelines. Imagine how big he's going to be with pads on.
He put on 38 pounds in the offseason.
Man, he is a big boy.
By the way, that was 3rd down. And so a stop here for ETSU. Tennessee going to bring the punt unit out. Jackson Ross on to punt it away. Xavier Gaioditz lets it get down inside the 5. Stephanie Ote.
Yeah, I talked to Jacoby Criswell and Cade McNamara earlier this week, and they admitted to me and they laughed about it. They said it was pretty awkward when they both arrived at NTSU, both having veteran experience from the Power 4, but it was all because of Coach Healy taking in that extra transparency, having the personability with him that helped build this no ego mentality for the team. There's no poison for them.
Well, it's very unique, Stephanie, to have 2 former Power 4 starters transferred down to the FCS for their final season of collegiate football, no less to be in a competition.
That was the thing that really kind of stood out to me, is these guys, going to play some college football at a lower level, and they know they've got to compete with another guy that played P4. So, hey, kudos to them. Kudos to ETSU for getting both of them. And as Stephanie pointed out too, I mean, they were transparent about the conversation, between both the players. Take a look at Jacoby Criswell there on the outside. Shows off a little bit of his athleticism.
2nd and 4. Houston cannot get away from this Tennessee defense. Boo Carter coming down from the star position to make the play. And another 3rd down, backed up inside their own territory for ETSU.
Yeah, but this time they only need about 4 yards. A lot different than the last couple times they've had the football down here. It would be huge for their defense. Now, ETSU's defense, if they can get a first down, because they need a rest. They've been on the field the whole day.
Criswell under pressure is taken down. It is not a safety. Joshua Josephs with a sack on the edge of the goal line.
Yeah, he was in the grass before he got into the end zone. That's why this is not going to be a safety. Right around the right around the 1 yard line, inside the 1 yard line. So nearly 2 points for the Volunteers, but it still may end up being 2 points. They've got a punt from the back of the end zone here. You know, typically, as a punter, you want about 12 yards, and now you're about like 9.5.
Nate Brackett with his heels on the edge of the end zone. And a pre-snap whistle.
Delay of game, offense, half the distance to goal. It remains fourth down.
Now about 9.25 yards to
That
play.
is the 5th penalty on ETSU in the first quarter. And their coaching staff irate with some of these pre-snap penalties. Already the 4th punt of the game for Will Healy's Buccaneers. Brackett gets it away. B. Carter has all day to field this. At the ETSU 45. Carter cutting it back. Carter with a lane. Tripped up. Stays on his feet. Carter inside the 5. And is out of bounds as he leapt to the end zone.
Boy, he sure made it look sweet at the end, even though he jumped from the out of bounds line. Heck of an effort by that young man, Boo Carter. He lets his blocks just really set up the return. And then, you know, ETSU just looks like they're waiting for somebody else to make the tackle. It's like, goodness, get up there and wrap this young man up. Little high step and then little Superman to the end zone.
Boy, is he fun to watch. Former Tennessee 6A Mr. Football in 2023.
Pylon cam there. Maybe we'll access that again. We got some toys here on the SEC network.
Peyton Lewis in at running back. Gets the carry. Lewis is stacked up. Teddy Wilson was in there, as was Ty Anderson. Lewis, this time will not be denied. Touchdown. No, hang on a second here. They're going to say that his knee was down before he reached across the goal line. Well, I'd like another look at that, but it doesn't look like Tennessee's going to give him time to look at it.
I think they're just delaying the inevitable here, Matt. On third and less than a yard to get to the goal line here. It's just wild. I mean, they're right back exactly where ETSU punted the football from.
Third and goal. You would think 4-down territory if it gets to that point. And it will not. Touchdown, Peyton Lewis. Nothing Tennessee. And credit to their defense too, Dustin, for giving Tennessee's offense such great starting field position on all 4 of their scoring drives.
Well, and also credit to the special teams, Matt, because Boo Carter and company on that punt return unit have done a tremendous job setting up their offense as well. You can take a look at the points here in this first quarter as opposed to last week. Not much difference. And you were playing a team from the ACC a week ago. And this week a team from the SoCon, or the FCS.
Under Josh Heupel, now we're into year 5. Tennessee has doubled up its opponents in terms of first quarter scoring.
It's got to be some sort of like a shell shock, especially early in the year, Matt, when you're a defense. You know, you're coming into a season, you've been going through training camp. You know, that's great and all, but to actually simulate being into a game and going up against an offense that's going to play such high-paced, I think it's a challenge for defensive coordinators to adjust, and certainly a challenge for the players to adjust to just the physicality of it, and you know, getting your wind and your heart rate, all those things that factor in.
Volleyball on the SEC Network and the all-new ESPN app rolls on next week. Number 23 Georgia Tech playing Tennessee here in Knoxville Tuesday 6:30 Eastern, and Wednesday night Oklahoma hosts Florida at 7 Eastern. Should be 2 great nights of volleyball here on the SEC Network. If you're just joining us, a 24-0 lead for Tennessee might not surprise you given how explosive they were last week, but we have seen some life from this ETSU offense with Cade McNamara at quarterback. He is back in to start this drive. Flushed. McNamara buying time and makes it a positive play.
Just so much speed on that defensive front. And when you think about it, you know, this is a Tennessee defensive unit that is without a bunch of starters, especially in that defensive line group, man. You've got 3 starters that are out with injuries, and you lost a couple of stars from last year's team to the NFL.
David Hobbs, Tyree Weathersby, Jackson Moy all out today for Tennessee. That is a completed pass to the tight end Cole Keller. 3rd and manageable for ETSU.
And the ETSU in this first quarter, this is their 5th possession, Matt. They have 7 total yards.
McNamara has Kareem Page for a first down. No, they're going to say incomplete pass. And boy, how physical has this Vols secondary been. That was the true freshman Ty Redmond ripping it free.
Yeah, Redmond has done a nice job early in this game. Got some reps last week as well. Had a couple of pass breakups in that game against the Orange. And right here, I mean, this, I don't know, man, it was close. You know, that slowed down there with slow motion, but in real time, it looked close.
That takes us to the end of the first quarter. A dominant first 15 minutes for Tennessee. Home opener at Neyland Stadium going to plan. A 24-0 lead for the Vols. $24-0 lead for Tennessee. They've done it in all 3 phases of the game. Great special teams. Efficient offense, 205 yards of total offense for Tennessee, and their defense has been nearly impenetrable, holding ETSU to just 7 first quarter yards. 5th punt of the game for ETSU. And it is the freshman DeJuan Morris receiving it inside his own 35.
Well, this Tennessee offense is explosive. We know that. We know it on paper. We saw it last week, and we saw it here today in this first quarter. So many of these just chunk plays. It doesn't matter if it's on offense. It could be on special teams. That's a punt return by Boot Carter right there. And then this touchdown is capped off. Touchdown drive capped off by Star Thomas, the transfer from Duke. And here we are, 24-zip in the home opener for the Volunteers.
Star Thomas back into the game at tailback. Fake it to him and dump it down to Mike Matthews with room to run. Well, they're glad he came back, Dustin. Flirted with the transfer portal and returned this year.
Yeah, really wasn't sure after last season what he was going to do. And gosh, he certainly should be happy he's back. He's going to play a huge role for this offense this year.
Gang tackling effort led by Trevor Moffitt at the Sam linebacker position. Loss of maybe half a yard on that play. Second and 10. Aguilar hits Matthews again for another first down. Ironically, it was Nico Iamaleava who played a part in Matthews returning this year. Of course, Iamaleava went to UCLA, which allowed Aguilar to come to Tennessee. That is the new era of college football.
Yeah, that whole situation is wild to me. You know, we kind of got into it a little bit with Coach, and he explained some of the situation, but man, it's a different era we're living in, partner.
Now, Josh Heupel certainly really pleased with their decision to take Joey Aguilar out of the portal. Not just because of the tangibles, the big arm, the ability to operate the offense, but the calming presence that he brings to this young Tennessee team. On second and 10, it goes to Thomas with a hole. Thomas inside the 10. And another first down for this Tennessee Vols offense.
Yeah, Star Thomas shows off this burst. This is, a little power off to the right side, and really not even touched by the Buccaneers until he's about 9 yards down the field.
Aguilar, end zone. And in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Braylon Staley, who wanted the flag. Jason DeClone of the Liberty transfer making the coverage at free safety.
It's the second nice play that DeClone has made in this early portion of the ball game. You said it, Matt, the transfer from Liberty and a little time at UCF as well. I think they may have got a little bit of a hook with the right arm, but they didn't call it.
Second down carry. Thomas sifting inside the 5 and was pushed back. They do give him forward progress. And it brings up third and goal. Well, credit to this ETSU defense, though the score may not detail it. They have had some stout defensive plays. Nearly got off the field on the opening drive of the game. Had a 3rd and 12. Resulted in a touchdown pass to the back of the end zone by Aguilar.
You think about your offense, if you're ETSU, they've only had 1 first down, so your defense has been out there all day.
Speaking of all day, Aguilar had it to throw, and a late flag comes in on the incomplete pass.
Holding. Defense number 45. Half the distance to goal. Automatic first down.
And just when you think you have a chance to get off the field, ETSU's penalty extends the drive and a fresh set of downs.
They've just been killing themselves with the penalties early in the ball game.
Tennessee has scored on 4 of its first 5 trips to the red zone. This is their 6th. Star Thomas. Pushed back by Chris Davis Jr. The Georgia State transfer. Trevor Moffitt was in there as well.
Yeah, you got to give the Buccaneers some credit, though. I mean, they've really bowed up here. They've been, their backs have been against the wall essentially this entire game, defending their own goal line, and they just keep fighting.
Star Thomas past tacklers for his 2nd touchdown of the game.
But you can only fight so long against those big dudes up front, and Star Thomas gets in the end zone for his 2nd of the game. Boy, at this point, I mean, you got to think Tennessee can just sort of write their score.
of PAT opportunities this afternoon for Max Gilbert, who was one of the highest scoring kickers in the country last year, ranked 4th in the SEC, was perfect last year, 54-54. He's perfect this year on another touchdown drive for Tennessee. Star Thomas shining bright in his Neyland Stadium debut. $101,915 on hand for this 31-zip lead for Tennessee in their home opener at one of the great venues in college football. Neyland Stadium. Rocky Top is rocking. 5 scoring drives already in the first half. Matt Schumacher, the former Ohio State captain, Dustin Fox with you. East Tennessee State still looking for its first down. Maybe they can draw on some of the magic we saw from ETSU and Knoxville on the baseball diamond earlier on this year. Taking #1 Tennessee to 10 innings, winning on a walk-off home run by Grant Gallagher. Rather, a late inning home run by Grant Gallagher. First win over a #1 team in program history for ETSU baseball. They did it here, snapping Tennessee's 22-game win streak.
I remember watching that game back in March. I have no clue why I had it on, but I did. It was an awesome game. Went to extras, and big win for the Bucks.
You're a big baseball guy.
That's what they say about me.
That's a completed catch and a first down grab by Ephraim Floyd.
Hey, Matt, I want to correct myself because I said earlier they had a first down. They did not. It was negated by penalty. That is their first down. As here we go on their 6th possession. Finally having first down.
McNamara takes a shot, and it's broken up. Colton Hood, Dustin, has stepped in and been fantastic at the cornerback position for Tennessee.
Yeah, this is a really, really talented young man, and certainly has some good bloodlines too. In fact, I played with his uncle, Roderick Hood, with the Philadelphia Eagles back in 2006. Take you back in the time machine.
McNamara on play action, flushed out. Will use his legs and shakes loose of a tackle by Hood. 3rd down upcoming for ETSU. Ball near midfield. Do you think about this being 4-down territory?
I mean, at this point, what do you have to lose? You're down 31-0. Absolutely.
Pressure comes. McNamara zips it out. It's caught, but short of the sticks. And Will Healy is going to leave his offense on the field for this 4th down.
I was going to say, if he's not going to leave the offense out there, they have to probably call timeout and take a delay or something, because the offense was out there for a long time. But here you go, 4th and 3. Can they keep the drive alive?
Shuffle inside, and it is not enough for a first down. Edwin Spillman makes the stop for Tennessee.
Boy, it's just such a tough call on the 4th and 3, because you're just relying upon, the defensive linemen that are so stout to not be disciplined, and you just run the shovel pass. Man, it takes time to develop. I don't know. It's a tough call on 4th and 3.
Against a Tennessee defense that swarmed last week. 10 pass breakups, 2 turnovers, handful of sacks. That has continued into week 2. And again, the Vols offense will start a drive in plus territory with Deshaun Bishop and a tailback. Fake it to Bishop. And Aguilar has a first down grab to Braylon Staley. Perhaps not going to move the chains. 2nd and short. Here's Bishop. Sticks his foot in the ground. Bishop with some physicality past the 20. And Tennessee into the red zone again. Gain of 18 for the former walk-on put on scholarship this year. Here's Matthews, and he is tackled promptly by Mike Jenkins. Starting free safety for ETSU. First year as a primary starter for Jenkins. Zipped out to Matthews, and he is met immediately by Jimmy Bowdry.
It's a nice tackle there by Bowdry on the outside. And they again have Tennessee in 3rd and long in the red zone. Let's find out if Tennessee can continue to keep their streak alive of whether it be converting a 3rd and long in the red zone, or do they get bailed out with a penalty.
Tennessee scored a touchdown in the red zone on 3rd and 12 on their opening drive of the game. 3rd and 11 here. Five-man rush. Aguilar flushed. And the first time today we've seen Aguilar on his backside. The quarterback pressure by Isaiah Potts will force 4th down.
Well, that's a nice stop by the Buccaneers, and you know, it pays off considering you go for it on 4th and 3, you don't get it, they've got a short field. The defense is forced to go back out there again, and I think that sort of speaks to a little bit of resilience by the Buccaneers.
Max Gilbert has already hit from 29, this from 37. And he is right through the uprights. 3 for 3 this season on field goal attempts. Gilbert makes it 34 zip balls. Well, our week 2 SEC football lineup continues tonight, 7 Eastern, exclusively on SEC Network Plus and the all-new ESPN app. South Carolina welcoming in-state foe SC State. LSU back home at what they're calling the real Death Valley after a win at Clemson last week, and Alabama looking for a bounce back against UL Monroe on SEC Network later on tonight. Kickoff 7:45 p.m. Eastern time.
I think that just changes the next time they play. If Clemson wins, they get to say they've got the real Death Valley. You get bragging rights for the gap between the next time you play.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That was a great game.
Oh, awesome game.
Particularly for week 1 in college football.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, there was an unsportsmanlike penalty on ETSU's Mike Jenkins after the field goal attempt, assessed on the kickoff. So Tennessee will boot it from the block tee at the 50. And Josh Turbeville does not need a full run up for this one. Puts it on the ground, forcing a return out of ETSU.
Well, this will be the best starting field position for the Buccaneers.
Can they do something with it? Remember, on their opening drive of the game, we saw a 40-yard completion from Cade McNamara to Ephraim Floyd, but it was negated, Dustin, by a pre-snap penalty, which has been the bugaboo for ETSU in this game. 7 first-half penalties for the Bucs.
Well, when you have a half where you've got more penalties than first downs, that's problematic.
Jacoby Criswell back in the game at QB. Phenomenal gain on first down.
Well, at this point, you got to think that Tennessee would probably start to see some backups in the ball game. And it's early, but as fast as they go, Matt, they could probably name the score.
And particularly with who's coming here next weekend.
Absolutely.
Monster.
And that's a good point.
Season showdown with Georgia.
Funny, first time we've actually brought that up is the look-ahead game is Georgia, and you always kind of worry about that game sandwiched in between a big matchup, and I don't think that Tennessee looked past this one at all.
3rd and 8. Criswell with time completes it to Kareem Page near the sticks, but short. Will Healy went for it on 4th down the last drive out, and he's going to keep his offense on the field again here. And Tennessee will call timeout.
Tennessee, first timeout of the half.
We'll see a 4th and 1 when we return from Neyland Stadium. 21.
Albert, the big dude.
19th and concludes with the national championship January 19th on ESPN.
Is Tennessee a playoff team for back-to-back seasons? Made the college football playoff last year for the first time in program history. ESPN Analytics likes them as an early favorite to make it again. Their defense on the field here for a all-important 4th and 1 for ETSU. Jason Albritton in at the Wildcat position. Play clock down to 5. And there's going to be some pre-snap movement here. I believe a false start on ETSU.
I might be on Tennessee. I'm not so sure.
Dead ball, offside.
You're right.
Defense, eye contact number 90. 5-yard penalty will result in a first down.
ETSU got what they wanted there, Dustin.
They did. They got an aggressive front of Tennessee to just be a little overzealous there on 4th and 1. We'll take a freebie. Not much has been free for ETSU in this ball game.
There's that from Floyd on the reverse. Picks up maybe 2. Criswell flushed, makes one man miss and turns that into positive yardage. Makes it 3rd and medium for ETSU. Needs 6 to move the chains. Pressure comes. Criswell has to throw it away quickly. And really, for the first time in this game, we've seen defensive coordinator Tim Banks dial up the pressure.
Yeah, right there on that 3rd down, you definitely want to bring a little bit of heat. You don't want to give any sort of momentum to ETSU before the half. And now here on 4th and 6, yeah, you're going to punt this one. Try to pin Tennessee deep, and maybe your defense can get a stop, try to get the ball back. We're just trying to get anything positive here for ETSU before halftime. There's a look at Coach Banks. And that guy's got a lot of energy. Really enjoyed our conversation with him yesterday afternoon, Matt. He's a guy that played his college ball near me, Bowling Green, the Mid-American Conference.
Finalist last year for the Broyles Award. And gets the football back for Josh Heupel's high-powered offense. And this Tennessee team last year was top 10 in the country in most statistical categories and led the SEC in rushing for the 2nd consecutive season. This year they feel like they've got a little bit more polish at quarterback, better ability to connect on deep throws. We've seen that early in this game from Aguilar. Nice defensive stop there by Brian Alston. Here is Stephanie Ote.
Yeah, I talked to Joey Aguilar earlier this week about his journey to come here to Tennessee, and he told me the hardest time was during his time after high school. He didn't have any offers. He even considered becoming a firefighter, wondering if football was even for him. And he said that he wasn't training for it. The only reason he did was because his wide receiver buddies needed someone to pass to. But it was his mom and his friends that convinced him to keep doing it. That is why he does it today. I talked to his mom earlier. She's the anchor to his life, the first call after every single game. They're ready to watch him as a starter at the Tennessee Volunteers quarterback position.
That's so interesting, Stephanie, because like so many guys last year who played some JUCO football, he felt like, as did Star Thomas, that he was out of eligibility. But then the lawsuit by Diego Pavia, the Vanderbilt quarterback, opened things up for guys like Joey Aguilar as he connects with Miles Kitselman, moving the chains, giving him an opportunity to continue playing football. And his family is in attendance today, making the trip from Antioch, California. All day to throw. And underneath to Peyton Lewis. 10-yard pickup.
And you would think that this offense would maybe slow down a little bit, being up 34-0. The standard is the standard, Josh Heupel told us yesterday, and they're not going to change anything up no matter who they play. This is what they do. They're going to try to be as balanced as possible, as there appears to be a Buccaneer down.
Well, you talk about it, Dustin, the fact that one would think perhaps the offense would slow down, returning just 3 starters. You lose your top running back, the SEC Offensive Player of the Year. You lose your quarterback. But from the jump, Joey Aguilar became known for his incredible work ethic here on campus, spending 14-hour days at the facility, watching film, working out, getting extra reps with his wide receivers.
It's incredible to put in that much time, you know, but listen, you're coming back to play your 6th year of college football. You're playing at the highest level you've ever played. You know, played at App before this, and certainly has played at some JUCO schools as you went through that timeline, Matt. But this is some big-time college football for a top 25 team that was just in the playoffs a year ago, and they'd like to get back there again this year. I don't see any reason why they can't if the offense continues like this under Joey Aguilar.
Buying all kinds of time. Now directing traffic, has Mike Matthews, jump ball. Matthews makes the catch. Touchdown Tennessee on a 53-yard bomb by Joey Aguilar.
Tell you what, Mike Matthews is going to make Joey Aguilar look like a superstar this season, because right here, this football was thrown. I'm not sure if it was thrown to Travis Smith Jr. or if it was for Mike Matthews, because both guys were in the vicinity. But Mike Matthews' ability to go track this football, Matt, is as good as I've seen. I mean, this is unbelievable. The ball's hung up in the air forever and just goes and tracks that thing and makes it look easy at the end as he walks into the end zone.
Youngest wide receiver core that Heupel's ever had. Questions, Dustin Fox, about their talent and depth. They're answering those through week 1 and week 2.
Youngest wide receiving core and oldest quarterback that Heupel's had since he's been here. Maybe that's the connection, right? Bring the young guys along, and look at this. Goes up, just takes that thing away and walks into the end zone and does a little Rob Gronkowski there.
Gronk spike.
Yeah.
That's a worthy play of that one.
Absolutely. I mean, he knows he's probably going to take a shot, so he's just throwing it up. It's almost like a Hail Mary, frankly, the way that football, came out of the hand of Joey Aguilar.
It was so interesting, Dustin. We met with offensive coordinator Joey Halsley yesterday.
Yeah.
We asked him, we know you've seen Joey fall camp, summer ball. Was there anything that surprised you about him week 1 against Syracuse? He said yes. His creativity in the pocket to extend plays. How about that one? 53 yards, directing traffic, taking a hit, throwing across his body for a touchdown.
Yeah, it does make you a little nervous, though, because you don't want to be that, not saying he's careless with the football, But it's going to be a little tighter coverage, you know, when we get to the SEC. You know that.
You mean when Georgia comes here?
Next week.
Next week.
That's accurate, sir.
Tennessee has scored on 7 of its 8 possessions in this game. Aguilar now has 5 passing touchdowns this season, no interceptions. Speaking of Georgia, let's take it back to 2016. A similar play for Joshua Dobbs. Hail Mary with 4 seconds left in the game. Looked like Georgia was going to win. Vols get it done on the road. Shocking number 25 Georgia. And in fact, Dustin, that was the last time Tennessee has beat the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was a tremendous game. I remember exactly where I was watching that ball game, and I was like in just awe. I was stunned when Josh Dobbs was able to make that throw.
Well, this is the first time in 30 years that Tennessee and Georgia will meet this early in the season. Back in 1995, they met in October. It's usually a mid to late season meeting between two SEC giants. Well, a nice run by the Division II transfer Khalil Eichelberger. ETSU trying to get its first score of the game here with 3:30 left in the first half.
Again, they're quick to get up to the line of scrimmage and continue to run their high-paced offense, up-tempo offense. And a little substitution here by Tennessee. The last time they played it was 59-3.
2018.
Yeah. Will it be similar? We're headed that way.
Criswell running, lofts it downfield away from traffic. Brings up 2nd and 10. Eichelberger, who helped Grand Valley State make the second round of the Division II playoffs last year as their leading rusher. Makes it 3rd and 6. Take it to him. Pressure. Criswell had to get rid of it as he winds up on the turf next to 2 Tennessee jerseys. 4th down at midfield, and Will Healy's going to send the punt unit out for ETSU.
Well, this pressure just continues to get home, and you know, at this point, you know, Cade McNamara and Criswell, both quarterbacks who have played in this ball game, you got to be thinking Will Healy. You want to make sure these guys come out of this game without an injury, you know, so be a little careful. They got a tough conference schedule coming up in the SoCon, and you know, they're a team that I think can compete for it in that conference.
Well, our all-new SEC Network fall football weekday lineup gets you covered from Monday through the weekend. We've got you covered every show, also available streaming on the all-new ESPN app. Your thoughts early on that Tennessee-Georgia matchup, which will be right here next weekend.
Well, I mean, I saw a little bit of the Marshall game that Georgia played, you know, a week ago. You and I were able to catch some of that after our broadcast down in Tulane. They look every bit as advertised. We know they're going to be really good on defense. That's what Kirby's MO is. You know, how's Stockton going to be a quarterback? I think the true test will be next week. They're playing Austin Peay today. They moved that game up, by the way, because of the storms in Athens. And that's not good for Aguilar. That's good. Oh, ETSU, they got it. ETSU got the football, Matt.
A rare mistake for Tennessee's offense in this first half. Gives it back to ETSU with 1 second left before the 2-minute timeout.
Boy, that was just an errant snap. An errant snap that's going to be recovered by Barrett. 18 for the Buccaneers. And yeah, 1st and goal at the 5 for the Bucs.
Interesting that Tennessee even snapped that before the 2-minute timeout. And because of it, ETSU now with their best starting field position of the day. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line, and Cade McNamara back into the game at quarterback. The pitch underneath to Heron Suttereth is in for a touchdown. ETSU capitalizing on the fumble, and they score on the ensuing play.
I like that play design by the Buccaneers. Just make sure there's no flags on the field. I'm kidding.
Suttereth, the transfer from Middle Tennessee State, where he caught just 5 passes, puts ETSU on the board. Ewan Johnson trying to make it 7 for the Bucs.
Well, a miscue by the Volunteers.
2-minute timeout.
A rare miscue by the Volunteers leads to an easy end-around touchdown run for the Buccaneers. 41-7 from Neyland.
You're watching the SEC on ESPN. Welcome back to a sold-out Neyland Stadium. Tennessee welcoming ETSU in from Johnson City, just over 90 minutes away from Knoxville. And we were told many fans would be repping both colors this afternoon. We have certainly seen that in the first half. Joey Aguilar will come back out with the Tennessee offense after the fumble gave it up to ETSU on Tennessee's own 5-yard line. The Bucs able to punch it in. But you mentioned it, Dustin. This is a team out of the Southern Conference. They were picked 4th in the preseason poll. Will Healy believes in his first year, with all the FBS talent, particularly at the quarterback position, they can contend for an FCS playoff spot.
Well, I asked him that very question. I said, how tough is the conference? Do you think you can compete in the SoCon? And he said, yeah, there's going to be a lot of games that are going to be like decided by a field goal. They're kind of toss-up games, and they'll have a chance. 2 P4 former starting quarterbacks on your roster, it's got to give you some sort of a chance there in that conference. They were picked to finish 4th, by the way, in the preseason poll.
Meanwhile, Tennessee with an opportunity to operate a 2-minute drill here late in the first half. Mike Matthews has been wide open often in this game. His 6th catch. He's now out over 100 yards receiving in the first half.
I just think he's going to be a guy that, Matt, at the end of the season, most people in the SEC are going to be talking about, going forward, because he's just a dude, man. He's got a big body frame, great, ball control. I mean, he can go up and get it at its highest point. He's just a really talented wide receiver. He's got great athleticism. I like what I've seen so far.
Star Thomas churning ahead on 1st and 10. Now, Matthews last year had just 7 catches for 90 yards. He's eclipsed that in the first half of today's game. Aguilar pulling it back, is brought down, but he got the football out, and it's caught by Brazel for a 1st down.
Boy, so close. The pressure was right there by Chris Davis Jr. Wears number 0. We'll see Aguilar. Does a leg hit the ground before? No, I don't think so.
Next play, Aguilar, 1st down catch. Neyland Stadium. These young wide receivers for Tennessee have been able to find creases in the ETSU defense. It's made it very easy for Joey Aguilar to dice it up.
I'll tell you one thing that has impressed me so far is Aguilar being able to play in an offense that he's not used to. This pistol that he played in at App State, not quite the same as what they're doing here. It's what they huddled a little bit more. It was a little bit slower paced, and now here it's just so much up tempo, and the offense a lot of times is predicated on rhythm. And his rhythm so far, I mean, maybe the resistance hasn't quite been there from your opponent. But, man, I think this guy's got a chance to be a real special quarterback this year.
Out to Brazel again. Gang tackled. Jalen was in on the stop, as was Mike Jenkins.
Well, they have more than enough time now. I mean, 42 seconds and counting before halftime. 2nd and 6. I'd be wanting to maybe try and score with 2 seconds in the clock.
It goes to Thomas. Already has 2 touchdowns in this game. Churning ahead, in for a 3rd score. Star Thomas, unstoppable in the first half at Neyland Stadium.
This is all just a push. This is like the tush push in Philadelphia, right? But instead you got a running back and then you got 5 offensive linemen behind him. Is that a hat trick, Matt?
Indeed it is. He now has 4 rushing touchdowns in the first 2 games of his Tennessee career. They are going to review this play. Our replay official Kevin Holmes being called upon for the first time in this half.
What do they think they're looking at here? Is it really necessary?
Yeah, that's why Josh Heupel's having a extended conversation with our side judge Jordan Guest. Forward progress? I mean, I didn't hear a whistle come in blowing that dead prior to him churning ahead for a touchdown. But boy, Star Thomas, what a story he has been throughout his collegiate career. I wonder if they're trying to discern whether or not the ball crossed the plane before his knee touched the ground.
Yeah, but I don't know that we have a look that's going to be able to tell you right down the line. Is a scrum. You had the one official right down the pylon, right down the line, came in with touchdown. And nobody had a better view than him.
I think that's Josh Heupel's argument before it went to review. But Star Thomas out of Homer, Louisiana, Dustin, a town of 2,600 people. He had 0 FBS scholarship offers. Went to junior college for 2 seasons, spent 2 seasons at New Mexico State, and thought last year at Duke would be his final season. But like Joey Aguilar, got the extra year with the lawsuit going favorably for Diego Pavia and all former JUCO players. And now he's playing at the highest level in the SEC as one of the primary backs for a top 20 football team.
What do you think, Matt? You see anything right there?
The control review, ruling on field is upheld. It's a touchdown.
So after all that, it is a hat trick for Star Thomas. Has become an inspiration for the people back home in Homer, Louisiana. Said by multiple former coaches of his that he never let being from a small town shrink his big dreams. And now playing on the biggest stage in front of a sold-out Neyland Stadium makes it 48-7 Vols. Well, if the first half is the last we're going to see of Joey Aguilar, Dustin Fox picked up right where he left off last week.
I was just going to say, I don't know that we need to see much more from Joey Aguilar to start this season before he really gets his big test next week against the Georgia Bulldogs, because he's been phenomenal tonight. This afternoon, I should say. He's been phenomenal a week ago against Syracuse. And I don't know that we need to show the Bulldogs much more.
That's a good point. You know, you mentioned it. Georgia played Marshall week 1. They're playing Austin Peay week 2. How much can you really learn from that tape if you're Tennessee? Conversely, though, you know, you're taking on a Syracuse Power 4 team last week. The game got tight, by the way, at one point. Tennessee was up 21. Syracuse got it to 7. So maybe more on film for Georgia going into that week 3 matchup. Volunteers fans hoping to snap an 8-game losing streak in that series. Cade McNamara back onto the field for ETSU with 22 seconds. All 3 timeouts. Does Will Healy try anything here for the Buccaneers? Doesn't appear so. Jason Albritton, the former walk-on at Ole Miss, might have just taken us to halftime. And indeed, we will go to the half at Neyland Stadium, a 48-7 lead for the Tennessee Volunteers. 427 yards of total offense in the first half. They had 493 in the whole game last week against Syracuse. Joey Aguilar, 2 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing TDs by Star Thomas. A dominant first half of the Tennessee offense. Their special teams electrifying with Boo Carter. And now Stephanie is standing by with Josh Heupel.
Coach, stellar performance on offense, 427 yards total through the first half. What did you see that you liked the most here?
Man, I'm going to be honest. I thought we were really sloppy at times. There's a lot that we need to clean up. We need to play better. It's in some of our targets, our perimeter screen game. Execution in the pass game, there's a lot to improve upon.
A 3rd touchdown for your running back, Star Thomas, almost called back. What were the conversations back there?
Yeah, ultimately got in the end zone. He's played, well, running downhill. Again, second half, we'll define who we're and what we're about. We need to come out and execute and play better than we did.
Thank you so much. Best of luck.
Thank you, Stephanie, and thank you to Josh Heupel for the time. Tennessee up 48-7. We'll step aside for halftime at Neyland.
Welcome into the SEC Halftime Report. Dari, Doring, and Watson, of course, multitude of games still to be played in prime time a little bit later tonight, but I don't think there's any bigger than the one that you see right in the middle on ABC. 2 Blue Bloods meeting for the 2nd time ever. First time they've ever met in Norman. It's Michigan, it's Oklahoma, it's massive.
Come and say hello to the bad guys. There's a war outside and you better stay in.
Wide open, touchdown, and Underwood has his first of many.
There ain't no hiding. You're gonna have to fight your own fight.
You're a Wolverine, just as Hayes.
19. The Tennessee Volunteers in front of a sold-out Neyland Stadium. Hi again, everybody. Matt Schumacher, the Ohio State captain. Dustin Fox with you. Interesting remarks by Josh Heupel going to halftime feeling like his team was sloppy. We're going to see what this team's identity is all about in the second half. I don't know. I thought they looked pretty good.
I mean, 48-7 at halftime. How can you be upset with that performance? I think he's just looking ahead to what we talked about.
Yeah.
Georgia is on deck next week. The competition is going to step up, so you want to obviously fix some of those miscues, but these weren't miscues. This was the offense, and how good did they look in this first half? I mean, putting up the 48 points we just mentioned, but there's Bishop on the opening drive of the game, getting inside of ETSU territory. Star Thomas, the second running back in the game, who's also, you could probably start for any team in the country. Then punt returns. How about Pooh Carter? This guy's dynamic, had multiple returns. This was the best. Down to about the 5-yard line, and I love the end. It was Superman. There you go. Aguilar, this was not a Hail Mary, but it kind of looked like one. Mike Matthews goes up, highest point. Great concentration by him, and we take a look at this halftime stats, a little bit one-sided.
427 yards of offense in the first half is nearly what they produced in the entire game last week against Syracuse, which, by the way, was an offensive show. We'll see what Josh Heupel's team looks like in the second half. Will we see a backup quarterback or more Joey Aguilar? Second half coming your way next. You're watching the SEC on ESPN. Neyland Stadium, a sellout for the 21st consecutive game. It has thinned a little bit, given the score at the half, 48-7. Tennessee scored on 7 of their first 8 drives. Their defense was swarming, allowing ETSU just 72 first half yards. And the lone touchdown given up was because, really, a fumble on Tennessee's own 5-yard line gave ETSU the ball. They scored on the ensuing play.
Yeah, and that play was kind of odd because it was right before the 2-minute warning, and it was like they kind of forced the snap, and it was just a little errant snap, and obviously Aguilar couldn't get on the football, and that led to an easy 6 for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I just talked with Coach Healy, and he comes off saying, yeah, we need to clean this up. They can get in the right spots, but optimize it. He liked how they had the turnover and optimized. But he just said he's happy that they don't have to play this Tennessee team again. At least have some fun while they do it. He wants to see all 4 quarters from his guys.
Well, Stephanie, I believe it was Dustin who asked, is there anything that Tennessee makes you want to do differently when you watch them on the tape? And he said, I think they make you want to do everything differently when you see them on tape. That's how good and talented this Tennessee team is.
Well, they knew coming into this game how talented they were, and they are, I guess I should say. And, boy, I don't know what halftime adjustments you can make to come back from a 48-7 type of ball game, but I think you just want to try to make it respectable. And if you're ETSU, you want to see your guys compete, and obviously you want to come out of the game healthy. That's the #1 priority in a game like this.
Cade McNamara, the former Michigan and Iowa quarterback, completes the pass to Demarius Rucker. And third down looming for ETSU. Pressure picked up. McNamara takes a shot. Has Ephraim Floyd complete at midfield. What a first down grab by the former leading wide receiver out of Gardner-Webb.
And it was good coverage there down the field by McMurray, but a really great job of concentration by Floyd. Floyd's the one who had the catch early in the ball game, Matt. Of course, it got called back.
22-yarder keeps the drive alive. Down the sideline again and caught by the former Tennessee Vol, Charlie Browder, at tight end.
And by the way, did you see who he was matched up man-to-man with, Matt? Down the field? Yeah, that guy's pretty good. Arion Carter down the field. Great job there on the outside by Charlie Browder.
Meanwhile, the defensive end, Dominic Bailey, down behind the play at the 50 for Tennessee. whose defensive line frankly can ill afford any more losses. They're already down 3 guys in Weathersby, Hobbs, and Moy. And it's good to see Bailey walk off under his own power. It is a bit of a banged up defense, particularly up front and on the back end. Of course, no Jermod McCoy, though they do expect to get him back. The preseason All-American tore his ACL in January, and no Ricky Gibson, who was injured against Syracuse. So Tim Banks having to rotate in some younger players, getting more snaps than maybe they would have anticipated this early in the year. First and 10. McNamara getting out of trouble and dumps it away as he was tracked down on a hard hit by Boo Carter. Coming down from the star position. Boy, he can close quickly.
Well, we saw his speed and athleticism on the punt returns, but now you see him here on just defense. Just tracking down Cade McNamara there.
Getting more snaps this week. Carter was limited to 27 last week against Syracuse. Getting him more involved defensively and in special teams in week 2. McNamara underneath. Pass is caught again by Floyd despite the bobble. And that makes this 3rd and short.
Well, I think it's easy to say at this point, Matt, that 4-down territory here inside Tennessee territory, approaching the red zone.
Handoff goes to Rucker, and he is taken down by Arion Carter.
Man, Arion Carter just shows such tremendous instincts. Watch him right here just shoot his gap. He's right there, shoots the B gap, comes inside. Browder doesn't even have a chance to get a hand on Arion Carter as Carter just sees ball and gets ball.
Surprised to see the field goal unit here for ETSU.
I'm actually not, because it's 4th and 6. If we were 4th and a yard or 2, you'd go for it. You want to get points. This has been by far the most productive drive of the game.
Ewan Johnson from 41, and he does put it right down the middle. Opening drive score to start the second half for ETSU. Well, East Tennessee comes out and scores on their opening drive. Love the second half, making it 48-10. Matt Schumacher and the former Ohio State Buckeye Dustin Fox, Stephanie Ote on the sideline as we welcome you back to Neyland Stadium, which was rocking early for the home opener and will be rocking again next week as they welcome in the Georgia Bulldogs in a monumental early season SEC showdown. Fair catch by DeJuan Morris. And we will not see Joey Aguilar on this Tennessee drive. It will be the redshirt freshman Jake Merklinger, who lost a tightly contested battle with Joey Aguilar. Dustin, I think a lot of people around outside of the program didn't really think it was that competitive of a battle, but inside the program, nothing was given to Joey Aguilar.
It sort of surprised me when we dove into the program in the last several weeks here to learn that it really was a legitimate competition, and that Jake is somebody they believe in and think he has a chance to be the future star quarterback here at Tennessee. Talented kid, highly competitive, big arm, athletic. Really everything you look for in a quarterback.
His first pass attempt on a play action is almost intercepted. In and out of the hands of Kensley Johnson.
Boy, dangerous throw here. This probably should have been picked. Yeah, I think easily should have been picked. Probably should have been a pick 6. It's almost like he mistimed his jump, Matt.
Johnson won a NAIA national championship 2 years ago. Brings up 3rd and 5. Merklinger under pressure, using that athleticism, and has enough for a first down.
First down ball.
Well, you talked about his talent, Dustin. Better athlete than many give him credit for.
Well, yeah, that is what we learned from, Joey Halsley yesterday. We talked with him. He gave us a great story, which we'll tell here momentarily. But, a very good high school basketball player for his size. And probably not quite the type of high school basketball player you'd think, right, Matt?
Well,
physical.
Joey Halsley and Josh Heupel went to see him play high school basketball in his hometown of Savannah, and they told us how impressed they were by him. We thought, all right, what do you have, 25 points? No, it was the rebounds, the box outs, the steals, and the 50-50 hustle plays that impressed the Tennessee coaching staff. Merklinger dancing out of pressure, up the middle, has a seam, and a first down run out near midfield.
Well, right there you see the athleticism of Merklinger, because this should have been a sack and a big-time loss for Tennessee. Nonetheless, he is able to escape up in the pocket as the Buccaneer is down.
It's Mike Jenkins, the free safety. But it's interesting, we talked with Joey Halsley about that game, and he said when they were leaving the high school basketball gym, which, by the way, was extremely intimate and hostile, Coach Heupel looked at him and said, that's our guy. Jake Merklinger is our guy. Only a tough competitor could do what he did in that environment.
I don't know about you, but I envision them going into like an old school, like Hoosiers type of gym, where it's everybody in the building is sweating. There's like no air conditioning, and it just one of those old school type of games. And Merklinger is just like knees and elbows. Like he's one of those dudes, you know what I mean? Boy, on that last play, he showed tremendous athleticism.
Well, both Heupel and Halsley were extremely competitive players in their own right at Oklahoma. Of course, Heupel won the national championship in 2000, was 3rd in the Heisman voting that year. A high standard, one might say, for quarterback play on this Tennessee staff. And they are very excited that Jake Merklinger could potentially be the future of this program, which, again, remember, has had such inconsistent quarterback play, not in terms of talent, but year to year. They've started 4 different QB1s the last 4 seasons as Baker takes the first down carry 5 yards. Merklinger rolling and dealt with some pressure by Nick Hunter, who they believe could be a all-conference type of linebacker in the Southern Conference this year at ETSU.
Yeah, 22 is of course Nick Hunter. Merklinger is lucky to get rid of the football.
Third and 4. And the pass is caught by Desan Brom at tight end, split out wide. Merklinger looking end zone, has Brazel, diving catch, touchdown Tennessee.
stutter and go on the outside by Brazel. That's how he gets so open. We'll make sure that he definitely secured the ball on the way to the ground. I don't see much, if anything, there that would warrant a review or look at it any further. I think that's going to be good. And the first touchdown throw of the young man's career.
The Merklinger era beginning with a bang. And now they are going to review this play.
Well, they must have had a better look than we saw. I didn't see much on the replay that we just showed.
What do you think? Not hard to tell on that angle.
Yeah, the pylon cam is. And the other thing to keep an eye on here, Matt, is maybe a knee down in the field of play. Yeah, he's short. I mean, he's definitely short, I think. So I don't think they're looking at the catch. I think they're looking at where do they spot the ball. And unfortunately for Jake Merklinger, that's not going to be his first touchdown throw.
He'll have to wait a few more plays for that. How about the receiving play today of Mike Matthews and Chris Brazel, both over 100 yards in the game. And while Brazel is the leading returning receiver from last year, Mike Matthews only had 90 receiving yards in 2024. Today he's got 125. They are continuing to review this. Our replay official Kevin Holmes. And if you're a Tennessee fan, you got to like what you're seeing on this drive from so much young talent that will be here for the next handful of years, not just from Merklinger, but at wide receiver.
Oh, I mean, all of these guys, are going to be coming back. I mean, even Brazel. Brazel's the leading returning receiver from a season ago. Started 9 games.
It still has more eligibility as just a redshirt junior.
Yeah, he's still got another year.
After further review, the receiver did catch the ball. However, he was not in the end zone. The ball will be placed inside the 1-yard line where it will be first down, Tennessee.
I will say that this officiating crew, they're sticklers for close touchdown calls.
They are.
Especially in games that are,
in hand.
In hand.
Star Thomas had a touchdown review.
They want to get it right.
Appreciate that.
Attention to detail.
What the ref say?
So it'll be first and goal from inside the 1-yard line. Merklinger will have Baker behind him in the backfield. The freshman from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Back fade. It is caught for a touchdown. One play later, and Jake Merklinger has his first in a Tennessee uniform.
You think they just went to the huddle and said, let's just run this thing back?
Yes.
Because it was literally the exact same combination. The next play just took him another play.
Second touchdown of the day for Chris Brazel, the second. And this Tennessee wide receiver room, which had so many outside doubters before the season began, replacing their top 3 receivers from last year, has not missed a beat through the first 2 weeks of the regular season.
Well, getting a look at maybe the future here of the Volunteers at the quarterback position. Jake Merklinger. Athleticism from the quarterback position. A little scramble, a little bit of sack, and a deep throw to Brazel, and then it's capped off. The ref said, well, we're going to make you do it again. They said, no problem. 55.
Jake Merklinger leads a touchdown drive straight down the field, and that cheerleading crew's been busy this afternoon. Tennessee put up 48 points in the first half, third most in a first half in a game since 1939, and even with the backup quarterback, running back, backup skills players on the field, they march right down the field and score another touchdown, making it 55-10. Max Gilbert will put it through the back of the end zone as he has done all afternoon. Well, tonight after the Louisiana Monroe and Alabama game, the SEC football final is back. Dari Noka, Chris Doring, Benjamin Watson, they'll take you to the biggest stories of the day and break down all the games. Watch on the SEC Network and, of course, the all-new ESPN app. Good games around the SEC today. Ole Miss was down 10-0 on Kentucky. They've since taken the lead over on ABC right now.
Over on ESPN, Arena Sabalenka just claimed her second U.S. Open championship title. How about that?
Dominant. There is Khalil Eichelberger pushing the pile ahead for a gain of 4.5.
Hey, it's 55-10. I can get a little tennis in, can't I?
No doubt.
Okay.
Well, I was waiting for you to.
Okay.
At some point.
All right. Thanks, partner.
Who's in the men's final?
Oh, it's the same final we've seen for the last three. Yannick Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz.
You think there's going to be a different result than Wimbledon?
I do. Speaking of tennis, by the way, I happened to meet a good friend of mine, Matt Lucas, who is the associate head tennis coach here at Tennessee, and he provided me with a nice little tour of their campus facilities and a little hit yesterday morning on the courts here in Knoxville.
More on that in a moment. 3rd and 4. McNamara completes a first down catch to Kareem Page. My question is, was the hit competitive, or did Coach Lucas take it easy on you?
Well, it wasn't. Well, Coach Lucas was actually the one kind of feeding the balls.
Okay, got it.
He brought the ringer, which is one of his current players, to hit with me.
Got it.
And, yeah, I mean, the guy was playing first dubs last year in the SEC, and he's hitting against me. So it was honestly an honor, and it was a lot of fun. And I really appreciate the hospitality here in Rocky Top.
Tyree West with the sack.
That's a big boy. How athletic he looks for his size.
Well, he had a great season last year as a rotational player as well. He's a senior from Tifton, Georgia. Handful of tackles for a loss last season. But you're right, this is one of the great SEC towns. And the folks in Knoxville always hospitable. And boy, do they love their Vols. All sports.
You know what's so crazy too is this is the first time you and I have called a game here. I was here for the spring game last year, but not quite the same. There weren't any fans because they were doing the renovations. But to be on campus and to see all this, like yesterday, for example, we're just driving around campus, and the students all wear orange, like all of them. It's just pretty cool to see, you know, the buy-in of the student body and, you know, the fans and everybody involved. In fact, how about this morning? You know, we arrived at the stadium. It's nearly pouring down rain right before the ball walk, and there's thousands of people lined up, fans, to witness the ball walk, and obviously one of the great traditions of college football. And I don't know, I just been very impressed with everything here in Knoxville, and that's coming from a Buckeye. I'm giving you my opinion is this is as good as it gets in college football. This is great.
Tennessee dominating up 55-10. We'll be right back after this. It's 55-10, a big reason why the transfer quarterback Joey Aguilar, who made his first ball walk earlier this afternoon and took that right into a couple touchdown drives. 2 tutties for Aguilar, 23 for 31 passing, nearly 300 yards. And he completed just about 75% of his passes. Oh, by the way, Dustin, all in the first half.
Yeah, not many errors, at least from our vantage point today. When you take a look at those numbers and what we saw out of him, I mean, pretty darn impressive 2 weeks into his tenure here at Tennessee. Going to be 2-0 and looking to obviously be 3-0 after next week. It's going to be a challenge. That's a really fun, challenging matchup as the Georgia Bulldogs will be coming to town. I believe they're still in a weather delay in Athens with Austin Peay 14-3. And you better believe everybody in this building and down there in Athens are thinking about that delay. And like Tennessee fans are probably like, oh, keep delaying it. Make him play longer. You know what I mean? Keep him on the field as long as possible, because every edge could be, you know, anything could be an advantage is my point next week. At least these coaches feel that way.
First down carry, perhaps. Pyle continuing to churn ahead based on the spot. Looks like it'll be enough to move the chains for Tennessee. Certainly you would think in that game the advantage goes to Tennessee at the quarterback position. Yes, Gunnar Stockton looks like a very talented young man, but he has never taken meaningful snaps in a game like what we're going to have next weekend. 102,000 will be on hand here at Neyland. Jake Merklinger getting some snaps here in the second half. Tennessee's backup, the future at quarterback, a former ESPN 300 4-star. He started all 4 years of his high school career and went to 3 consecutive regional titles out of Savannah. DeJuan Morris, the freshman in the backfield. Deep pass from Merklinger is caught at the 15-yard line. That is Joakim Dotson on a 27-yard grab.
Dotson just wide open, top of your screen. Some sort of a bust there. I'm sure you've got some other younger players you're getting in there for ETSU as well, but man, Tennessee just taking full advantage at this point.
We saw Dotson last year. You and I did in the high school showcase at the Baylor School. Dotson moving from Nashville to the Baylor School and then ultimately choosing Tennessee among a plethora of FBS offers.
Wow, that is a good memory by you.
I knew that name sounded familiar when I saw him on the 2 deep.
Baylor School. I was just watching a video that Baylor was playing, I think, Brentwood last night. And Coach Heupel was there. Peyton Manning was there.
Who's who?
It's a who's who. Absolutely. Well, we were at Baylor last year, as you mentioned.
It is a gorgeous campus in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
You and I couldn't afford to go there. Promise you that much.
Right on the river in Chattanooga. Here's a 3rd and 2. Merklinger manning the controls for Tennessee. DeJuan Morris in the backfield. Goes to the freshman. No, fake it to him. Dump it down. It is Jack Van Dorselaer. Touchdown, Tennessee. And the first touchdown in the young career of the freshman, Jack Van Dorselaer.
Van Dorselaer showing off why he had over 10 SEC offers coming out of high school. 6'5", 236 pounds as a freshman. Goodness gracious, this guy. I think that, I mean, just look how physical that guy is. He's a specimen for a freshman.
Loaded tight end room. I mean, Van Dorselaer, 6'5", 236 as a freshman. Ethan Davis, 6'5", 245. And, of course, Kitzelman, the bell cow at that position, 6'5", 255. You want to talk about physicality in the SEC. They got it at the tight end spot here at Tennessee. Well, Van Dorselaer, one of a number of freshmen that we've seen score in this game for Tennessee. And for more on the youth of the Vols, here's Stephanie.
That's been something that Coach Heupel has been preaching this season. The young guys don't have time to be young. They have a very young roster. You guys have talked about it earlier in the broadcast. And when I asked him about it, about getting the pressure early on, he flat out said they just don't have the time. They're rising to the occasion. And the veterans are leading the way. As you could see, he was the first one greeted by everyone. There was a lot of extra love, really helping to bring the young guys up in this one.
Well, Stephanie, we talked about it at the top of the show. It's the youngest roster of the Josh Heupel era. 53 freshmen, just 13 seniors. And certainly offensively, that youth very evident in the wide receiver room, and yet the talent is just oozing from the guys on the outside. Flag is down on this big run by Demarius Rucker, and we'll see if it's coming back for ETSU.
Holding, offense number 88. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, first down.
Jack Van Dorselaer, a lot of love on the sideline for his first touchdown in a Vol uniform. We saw Jake Merklinger throw his first touchdown in a Vol uniform on the prior drive. And it's interesting, Coach Heupel told us they were very intentional about not going after portal wide receivers this year, Dustin, though on the outside looking in, many felt like they had a need at that position. He credits their recruiting of true freshmen out of high school for the ability to do that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I thought initially I was surprised that all these receivers were here and that they didn't go out. You know, most schools lose, you know, goodness gracious, they were depleted basically at the wide receiver spot. Any other school across the country, for the most part, would probably go out, be in the portal, trying to find a couple veterans, a couple guys that, you know, coming back for a 5th or 6th year. And that was not the case here at Tennessee. I'm sure it helped, you know, once you knew you had, you know, Joey Aguilar in the mix, even though he came into a competition. But knowing you had the veteran at quarterback, that allows you to bring the younger players along, I think.
Demarius Rucker, the transfer from Coastal Carolina, down for ETSU at the running back position. Hope he's all right, being tended to by the ETSU training staff. No, but you're right. You know, it's such a fascinating balance in today's era of college football where you see so many teams winning right away with veteran talent that they take from the portal versus you spend all this time recruiting out of high school. Don't you want to give them a chance to develop, to rise to the occasion as a sophomore or a redshirt freshman, like we're seeing here at the wide receiver position in particular at Tennessee?
Well, and to the other, you know, point that Coach made yesterday, he said that he kept saying that the standard is the standard. You may hear that from time to time in college football or college athletics or just sports in general, because coaches want to create their culture and build something themselves. And like when you have those guys, especially at the wide receiver position, the most important position outside of quarterback probably in an offense quite like this, where it's up tempo and you need those guys to be playmakers. You want them to feel comfortable. You want them to be able to understand what you're trying to do, know the offense inside and out, the checks that are going to be made from run to pass, and certain passes will change to a hot route or this, that, and the other. Those things take time to develop, and it's not like you're not just bringing a guy in here for 1 year and saying, hey, this standard we're talking about, like, yeah, forget everything you did for the last 5 years at whatever school you came from. So this is I think something that they're looking to build on at that group. Is you can see Rucker coming off the field.
Hope he is all right as ETSU begins conference play next week in what will be a very competitive SoCon League. Meanwhile, Jason Albritton comes in at running back for Rucker. And the Ole Miss transfer gets the ball on a second down carry, bringing up 3rd and long. Criswell, the quarterback for ETSU, dumps it down to Albritton with blockers in front, and not nearly enough to get close to the sticks. And I believe Will Healy will send his punt unit onto the field, and indeed he will. Now Will Healy will try to quickly turn the page on today's game. They knew they had a very steep uphill battle coming here to Tennessee, a team that he feels is worthy of a top 10 ranking. Loaded with talent again this year. And on the opening drive, they had their chances. A 40-yard completion on 3rd and 12 put them near the red zone, but it was called back due to a penalty, and that, in a nutshell, has been ETSU's day on offense. And certainly a lot of credit has to be given to Tennessee's violent and physical defense. Even with the injuries, Dustin, they're going to be a problem in the SEC for many opposing offensive linemen and quarterbacks.
Oh my goodness. I mean, just think about Tennessee's defensive line right now. You're missing 3 starters for this game. Arguably your top 2 corners. There's another safety, maybe another linebacker or 2 that's going to come back. Like, the depth on that defense is insane. Insane.
2 sacks, 5 tackles for a loss today, despite all of those injuries. There's Justin Baker, true freshman, on the carry, and that will likely take us to the end of the 3rd quarter.
What do you mean? There's still enough time for 2 plays.
With this offense, you're right.
That's my point.
They're all lined up and ready to go.
Well, that's what they're used to. I mean, this is like taking them out of their element.
Huddling. We never see that.
No, it's probably something that makes them feel like uncomfortable. Like, why is this so slow?
Well, most of the day their offenses looked very comfortable. 574 yards through 3 quarters. They've scored on 10 of 12 possessions, and the sold-out folks in Rocky Top have loved every minute of it. On to the 4th we go from Neyland Stadium. Right back after this on the Plus. You're watching the SEC on ESPN. 4th quarter starting in Neyland Stadium. It was a sellout for the 21st consecutive game earlier on today, and the true diehards remain in the stadium as Tennessee has dominated, leading at 62-7. Matt Schumacher, the former Ohio State Buckeye, Dustin Fox, Stephanie Ote on the sideline. And if you are just joining us, Joey Aguilar put on a show in the first half. He was 23 of 31 with nearly 300 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Demarius Rucker injured for ETSU, going into the fourth quarter being carted off. We hope for his sake and ETSU's sake that he will be okay as they get into conference play. And now Jake Merklinger running the offense for Tennessee on third down. Zips it underneath, and it is enough to move the chains. Caught by Rodarius Jackson. Here's Stephanie.
That's right. He was actually carried entirely off into the tent. All of the guys went over to check in on him, which is very telling for a team with 54 new players all checking in on him. It looks like it's going to be his left foot. He is going to be carted off. He's not going to the hospital. He's getting x-rayed. But yeah, it looked pretty rough on him.
Well, we hope for the best for Demarius Rucker, part of a loaded running back room that Will Healy's very excited about at ETSU. Merklinger off play action. Takes a shot over the middle of the field and caught again by the freshman Jackson. A gain of 16.
Well, Jackson had to go up and get that thing. I mean, the ball sort of was airmailed a little bit out of Merklinger's hands and behind the young freshman wide receiver. And you can see the size on that young man, 6'2", 210. That's a catch radius.
Well, he's a guy that did it all in high school. 3A Mr. Football, threw 7 touchdowns, had 140 tackles and 14 picks, plus playing wide receiver. I mean, how difficult is that to do, albeit at the high school level?
I mean, how many snaps did he play a game? I mean,
all of them.
All the snaps, yeah. Goodness gracious.
Did you play both ways in high school?
I did, but I didn't play every snap. I mean,
right.
I would start the game on defense and offense, and then probably by like mid-second quarter, I didn't go back out on defense because I was carrying the ball like 25, 30 times a game on offense. But, man, these kids, they just wear them out these days.
I think a lot of us, and especially in the football world, gained an appreciation for what is possible watching the eventual Heisman winner do it all season both ways, Dustin,
right.
Last year for Colorado.
Well, listen, I mean, some guys are just special. They're just built differently, and Travis Hunter was that dude, you know, for Colorado last year, and certainly worthy of the Heisman Trophy. And I'll be curious to see come tomorrow, you know, how he, you know, handles the NFL and how the NFL handles him, frankly.
Merklinger taking a shot to the end zone. It is overthrown, looking for the freshman Travis Smith. And Tennessee with that last run by Justin Baker, over 200 yards rushing in this game. 32nd time since 2021. Heupel continues to put together 2,500-yard rushing season after season here at Tennessee.
You know, it's interesting. It's a 62-10 game, and you're like, man, they're still throwing the ball, but you almost have to, because this is an opportunity here for Jake Merklinger to get into the game. Some of these younger wide receivers to run routes with Merklinger and develop some chemistry.
Nice play defensively there by Teddy Wilson, who's been all over it out of the will linebacker position. Well, you bring up a great point, Dustin. With Merklinger being the primary backup and not having taken a snap last year as a redshirt, these are valuable snaps for him if they are ever needing to call upon him during SEC play this year.
Yeah, no question. That's a false start.
False start on the offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty. It remains third down.
A rare penalty for Tennessee, just the 4th of the game, half as many as ETSU. And it'll make it 3rd and 18. They go to Baker, and he is taken down at the 35-yard line by Quay Birdsong, and now we'll see if Max Gilbert comes out to attempt a field goal, and in fact he will. Career long is 52. This would be 1 yard further.
You know, this is one of those situations where you're like, all right, it's a game situation. How many times do you have a chance in Neyland to kick a real live 52-yard kick? I'll tell you what, 3 points are going to be valuable next week.
No doubt. Georgia coming to town in a monster SEC showdown early from 53. And Gilbert bangs it in off the crossbar.
You're right, partner. He did bang it in.
A new career high for the redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, Matt, he just hit that left upright and got a lucky bounce. You'll take it. Everything going the way of the Volunteers today.
Max Gilbert hits a career-long 53-yarder, making it 65-10. 10:43 to go in the fourth quarter here from Neyland Stadium. And now the Vol faithful starting to look ahead to a monster date with Georgia next week. First time in 30 years they'll play this early in the season, a week 3 matchup with certainly CFP implications on the line. And already SEC teams testing themselves. Dustin, we saw it last week, LSU playing Clemson. We saw South Carolina beat Virginia Tech, and around the country today, Missouri down 3 in the fourth against Kansas. Ole Miss, Kentucky right now in the third quarter on ABC. That's a good one.
A lot of interesting matchups here. I'm really intrigued by tonight's matchup. I can't believe that Michigan and Oklahoma have not played more than they have to this point. It's pretty wild, and able to see Bryce Underwood tonight.
And Arch Manning looked impressive.
Yeah, he did. Good point.
38-7 win against San Jose State. Criswell takes a shot over the middle of the field, hits Cole Keller, and one of the biggest gains of the day for ETSU, a first down on a 24-yard catch and run by the tight end.
That was the most impressive throw I think I've seen today out of ETSU. That was an unbelievable, had to be thrown to a spot in a small window. Well done.
Speaking of Arch Manning in Texas, you being an Ohio State guy, keeping an eye on that game last week, what did you take away from that if you're a Texas fan and an Arch Manning fan?
I don't know. I mean, you probably could have said the same thing had Ohio State lost the game about Julian Sain for the Buckeyes. I mean, they're both young quarterbacks that were playing a very challenging defense in the first game that they basically played. Arch played one game last year, and it was against Louisiana Monroe. And then you have to have all this offseason hype coming into the season. Look, he didn't ask for all the pressure. He didn't ask to be named Manning. Like, we put all this pressure on the young man as the media members and as fans and what have you. I just feel like, let's give the kid a little time. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be just fine. He's very talented. We saw what he did in high school. We know that he has the lineage and the genes and all that stuff, but just give the young man a little bit of time. Peyton Manning wasn't Peyton Manning overnight.
Keller again makes the catch and is stuck at the 20 after another pickup of 15+. And this offense for ETSU moving with efficiency really for the first time in this game with a long field. Criswell to the air and overshoots his intended target, Xavier Gaertitz. Brings up 2nd and 10. I am intrigued tonight to see Alabama back in action after the loss to Florida State. Yes, it's against ULM. Certainly a lesser opponent. They're back home at Bryant-Denny Stadium, but that's a game like if you were a Texas fan today, you want to see your team come out and handle business. Here's a run up the gut by Jason Albritton, and he is rumbling to the end zone. out of the Wildcat, a 20-yard touchdown for the Ole Miss transfer.
Boy, Albritton looks like a throwback type of running back, man. Out there, he's got the wrist taped up, no gloves. Wildcat just rumbling, like you said, bumbling into the end zone, carrying tacklers. That's a large young man for his stature. It's like a bowling ball.
5'9", 220. Was an exceptional high school running back. Didn't have the offers coming out of high school. Went to South Florida as a walk-on. Transferred to Ole Miss as a walk-on. And now on scholarship for the first time in his career and scores a touchdown at Neyland Stadium.
Of about 102,000 on Rocky Top.
He's running over people. Oh, you hurt go walking.
This is college football, absolutely as good as it gets.
Don fires long for the end zone. The pass is going to be caught by Tennessee. Tennessee wins!
One of the great rivalries in all of college sports, and that Hail Mary pass by Joshua Dobbs in 2016, the last time Tennessee has beaten Georgia in a series that dates back a long way, and they're hoping to change the tide of that series next weekend, Saturday, Neyland Stadium. It'll be a sold-out crowd for the 22nd consecutive home game, and well, you better believe this place is going to have some juice. And when you look at the next 7 games for Tennessee, you know, this matchup with number 4 Georgia usually doesn't come until October, November. It's coming as early as it's come in the last 30 years. And in October, they'll have Alabama on the road. They'll have Kentucky on the road, who's in a dogfight with Ole Miss. And they'll welcome Oklahoma on November 1st, who's got a big-time matchup tonight on ABC. Fowler, Herbie, and the gang will be there, 7:45 Eastern.
And Peter.
And Peter will be there. Spotting, I'm sure. Meanwhile, George McIntyre, the true freshman from Franklin, Tennessee, will take his first snap as the volunteer quarterback. 8:46 to go in the game and a 65-17 lead for the Vols. And his first pass, good for a completion and perhaps a first down. After the effort by Tommy Winton III.
Interesting to see. They stay with the tempo here with the young quarterback. Want to give him a chance to feel what some live game action is like in their system. They do.
Well, McIntyre played at an elite high school in Nashville, Brentwood Academy. 4-star quarterback, highly recruited by the SEC and beyond, but chose to stay in state with the Vols.
Ball start on the offense, 5-yard penalty. It remains first down.
McIntyre had 36 offers and is now trying to lead a record-setting touchdown drive. 71 is the previous record set last year against Kent State. Handoff goes to his freshman teammate DeJuan Morris. Obviously, Dusty, coming into this game, Tennessee heavily favored. We sort of knew what it was going to be. A bye game for ETSU. What do you take away from this, if anything, if you're a Tennessee fan?
Well, I mean, when you play games like this, you're expected to come out and win 65-17. You know what I mean? Or whatever, you name the score. And that's exactly what Tennessee did. When you see these games in the schedule, you're just praying that you're not the Michigan versus App State, right? When those games happen, and it's rare, but it does happen where FCS teams knock off, you know, Power 4, or Group of 5 teams. You know, it does happen. Wasn't going to happen today. Not against this group. I don't think many FCS teams would be too competitive against this Tennessee football team. They're just too talented.
3rd and 9 for McIntyre. Avoids a sack using his legs. McIntyre delivers a strike to Tommy Winton III and moves the chains on a 12-yard completion.
So as we take a look at this throw, it's a nice throw on the outside. On the move, a little RPO. That's what they do in high school, and that's what they do in college now. All RPO.
Well, certainly having a mobile quarterback has been important for Josh Heupel since he's taken over now in his 5th season. Seeing the creativity of Joey Aguilar through the first 2 weeks of the season, and now his understudy, George McIntyre. Morris patiently probing the defense and picks up 7 or 8. McIntyre on play action. That pass is caught by Trey Weary. A walk on for the Volunteers, getting some run here in the 4th quarter. Pass is caught by Travis Smith Jr. and the chains continuing to move on this drive by George McIntyre.
Boy, man, what a block on the outside there by a Tennessee wide receiver. That would be Tommy Winton, 84. How about this block? Watch 84. That gets you notice. You push a guy, 7 yards out of bounds. Coaches notice that stuff. Trying to get some PT.
McIntyre buying time. Now dumps it back down underneath. And Travis Smith Jr. stepped out of bounds. Well, the ball's now squarely in the red zone, where they are a perfect 14 for 14 this season. That's a stat they hope to continue next week against Georgia. Second and 3 goes to Morris, and he burrows ahead for a first down. Rarely from this Tennessee team do you see them staring to the sideline, having a chance to just chill and take a breath. It is a high up-tempo offense. They were 15th in the country last year in pace. Here's Morris shifting to the outside and scoring a touchdown. 10-yard run for the true freshman, and a record-breaking touchdown for Tennessee. Max Gilbert, Josh Turbyville on for the PAT to make it 72-17. And this is now the highest scoring game in Tennessee football history, breaking last year's record of 71 against Kent State. DeJuan Morris, another true freshman, scoring his first touchdown in a Tennessee uniform. All falls in Neyland. 72-17 after the run by the freshman DeJuan Morris. All Tennessee all day, and now they turn their sights to Georgia. Stephanie, they're hoping to break an 8-game losing streak.
That's right. I talked to Josh Dobbs about the last time they beat Georgia. I saw the highlight reel, the Hail Mary, and I sent it to him. He said it's always good to see that video, but it actually wasn't intended for Jawan Jennings. It was actually designed for Josh Malone. Wide receivers coach Zach Azzani switched Jennings to the left during the timeout, and the rest we know is history. But Jawan says he still relives it every single day, and that he actually chucked the ball down the field. He was so hyped up. Josh made sure that that moment in history was not lost. It's actually still at his parents' house, safe and well kept. Hopefully they can bring that one back to secure another one for Tennessee.
Isn't that how it usually ends up in a late game Hail Mary? Just get all the bodies into the end zone, throw it up, and let somebody go get it. And that is what happened back in 2016. Georgia scored on the previous drive with very little time left. Most thought Georgia was going to win that game, but with 4 seconds, Joshua Dobbs heaves it from midfield, and the rest is history.
Anybody who thought that Tennessee was going to win that game, especially after Georgia did score that late touchdown.
99.9% chance of Georgia winning at that point.
So you're saying there's a chance?
So you're saying there's a chance.
You caught it. Thank you.
I'm always listening, partner.
Indeed you are.
Jackson Bird, the new quarterback in for ETSU. The Buccaneers will turn their attention to SoCon play next week, and Will Hill, he feels like though his team's very talented, has a chance. That's a league where every game's 50-50. He said we're about to start 10 weeks of it could go either way every single week because there's not much disparity from top to bottom. One could say, Dustin Fox, that the SEC is very similar, particularly at the top. And how do you see that game next week, Georgia and Tennessee? I know it's early.
You know what's crazy? And this may surprise you, but you may already know this because you know every stat there is, that Tennessee was picked to finish 9th in the SEC. 9th.
How does one come up with that, given the fact that they went to the CFP last year?
That was my thought.
Right. So much of it now, though, is very arbitrary because of the transfer portal and players leaving, players coming. It's almost impossible to predict what's going to happen with any real accuracy.
Well, I always thought that like the preseason polls and what have you were always very difficult to come up with because you didn't know what the team was going to be like. Now you definitely don't know what these teams are going to be. You don't know who half these rosters are. You don't know how these teams are going to mesh together. I mean, people probably looked at Tennessee, Matt, to your point earlier in the ball game, like, oh, they lost all their receivers. Oh, they lost, 2 guys on the D-line to the draft. They lost XYZ, their quarterback transfer. Like, people probably thought that Tennessee was just going to be dog crap this year, and they certainly are far from that. I think they're gonna compete in the SEC and have a chance to get back to the college football playoff.
2-minute timeout upon us here at Neyland Stadium. We'll be right back to tie a bow on it after this. Well, when you got P4 teams playing not P4 teams, anything is possible. Right now, Troy is up 16-3 on Clemson at halftime. Tennessee avoided a scare here today, Dustin Fox, in a big way. Up 48-7 at halftime, and they've handled business despite 2 backup freshman quarterbacks coming in and leading touchdown drives in the second half. And now they'll look to close it out with George McIntyre.
No, Mason Phillips now.
Right, but George McIntyre and Jake Merklinger both helping Tennessee score touchdown drives in the fourth.
Mason Phillips in the ball game now for the Volunteers.
Anytime you're able to get your 4th-string quarterback in by choice, always a good day.
Absolutely, partner.
Here's a run by Phillips, and that will move the chains and get some Tennessee fans on their feet here with a minute and change left in the fourth. wild stat for you stat fans of Tennessee. This is now the 10th game under Josh Heupel with over 600 yards of total offense. The 4th game with at least 700. I mean, these are video game-like numbers that his offenses have put up over the last 4 years and change. Pretty remarkable. By the way,
pretty good.
This is now the 4th straight year doing it with a different starting quarterback. I think that makes it all the more impressive.
It is a wild stat, you know, when you think about it, that they've had a different quarterback every single year.
Courtesy of our man, Brett Bissell.
Baby wants some love.
And our wonderful spotter, Richard Gaynor, up here with us as well.
Brett Baby Bissell, we nicknamed him in the booth. Official. Now it's official.
Final seconds ticking away at Neyland Stadium. Josh Heupel and his Tennessee Volunteers will move to 2-0 and look ahead to Georgia. The number 4 Bulldogs coming to town next week for a monster showdown in the SEC. College football playoff implications certainly in that game. Phillips will run out the clock. And that will do it for us from Neyland Stadium. Tennessee wins their home opener 72-17 and picks up the 500th win on this field at Neyland Stadium.
I don't know if you saw it, but there was a very awkward interaction with the coaches at midfield.
Nothing awkward about Joey Aguilar's first home start in a Tennessee uniform. 2 passing touchdowns, 23 completions. Nearly 75% of his passes were caught. That one was a home run to Mike Matthews. And they even got in the freshman behind him today.
Listen, anytime you can get your younger players in a ball game like this, it's a great opportunity. But what we saw out of Joey Aguilar was just incredible.
Speaking of Joey Aguilar, he's now standing by with Stephanie Otey.
Joey, 72 points, a history made for you in your debut at Neyland Stadium with 25 of your family and friends over there from California. How does it feel?
You know, I just want to give all glory to God for putting me in this position. And, you know, I'm super grateful. And first time playing in Neyland, you know, I was able to get my family out here, and, you know, it's a blessing, and I was super excited. You know, we got a good game, good win, a lot of stuff to clean up, but really exciting.
288 yards for you just in the first half. That's more than you got in week 1 against Syracuse. How do you keep the momentum going?
You just keep stacking days, you know. I mean, after this game, you got to go watch film and just critique yourself and get better, you know what I mean? So just day by day, you know, don't get like stuck in where I'm at. You know, I could get better, the team could get better, and everything that we do, you know, it's a good win, a lot of good stuff, but at the end of the day, you can always strive for perfection, even though you're not going to get there.
You have experience in an SEC stadium. The next test is a matchup in an SEC opponent in Georgia. What is your expectation bringing the momentum into that one?
You know, this team keeping the main focus. You know, that's another team on our schedule, and we just got to go out there and have a great week of preparation and go play Tennessee football.
Thank you so much. Best of luck and congrats. Thanks.
Thank you, Joey, and thank you, Stephanie. Monster win for the Tennessee Volunteers in the home debut for so many of these brand new Volunteer players. Joey Aguilar, one of those. 72-17, most points scored in history for the Tennessee Volunteers. Now we will get the big one next weekend here at Neyland Stadium, taking on Georgia. For Dustin Fox, our entire ESPN crew, Matt Schumacher saying good night from Knoxville.